Thank you once again for tuning into the Elle Scoop. My name is Lyndsey, and we have such an awesome and amazing show today. We're going to be talking about two things. One, we're going to be talking a little bit about self-esteem and makeup, going off the last show that we had, but we're also going to be talking a little bit about animals. And for you animal lovers out there, this is definitely the show for you. Today we've got the Franklin County Humane Society here with us today, and we've got some animals that are going to be coming on and visiting, and you guys are going to get to see a little bit of those furry friends that we all love, right?
Right.
Okay, so let's start it open. This is Victor Cordell. Victor, tell me a little bit about your experience at the Franklin County Humane Society.
Well, I've been there about 3 months. I love my job, love the animals, of course, and it's been an experience, but a good one.
Is it hard? I know. Are you all a no-kill shelter? Where?
I personally would love for everybody to look at us as a no-kill shelter. We do everything in our power for the animals to not have to euthanize anything at all.
How long do they get to stay?
It's not a time limit. It's basically about space.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, so you all get a lot of animals that come in and go every day?
Yeah.
How many would you say that you guys have on an average basis, on a daily basis?
As far as coming in, I would say anywhere from 10 to 15 at sometimes.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
So you guys run out of space.
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot. Do you have more more cats or more dogs?
We definitely have a lot of cats, but we have quite a few dogs as well.
What's one thing that you would offer, I guess, advice that you'd give someone that's looking to adopt a pet?
Okay, well, first and foremost, they need to understand that it's a lifelong thing with a pet, no matter if it's a dog or a cat.
I know, you got them, even if they show up your shoes, right?
That's it. So
it doesn't matter.
Yeah, first and foremost, it's about the animal and making sure that they have the proper care that they need at all times. So other than that, space, proper exercise for the animal is really important.
Gotcha. What do you recommend as far as proper exercise for a dog?
At least 30 to 45 minutes daily, vigorous exercise, especially if it's a large dog.
All right. I've heard a lot about you all's spay and neutering program. First off, tell us why people should adopt from the Franklin County Humane Society, because a lot of people are looking for puppies,
right,
or they know neighbors that may have had dogs and or they have litters or whatever. Why should they come to the Franklin County Humane Society? Well,
first and foremost, we have the most beautiful animals at the Franklin Humane Society.
Look at you.
But besides that, there's a lot of animals, and we need homes for them quickly. Good homes is the most important thing, but you know, again, space is an issue, and we definitely need to foster out. We have a foster program that lasts for 14 days. It doesn't cost anything on the first day to foster. After that, then they would decide whether or not that they would want to adopt or bring back the animal to us.
So you get like a free look.
Right,
like,
exactly.
Oh, I'm going to take this dog home and see how he acts with everyone else.
It gives them time to acclimate, especially if they have other animals to test them out with. So it ends up being a really good program for us.
That does work out really well. Now let me ask you this with adoption. What comes along with the whole adoption process? Do you all do anything along with it? You don't just go there and just get the dog.
Right.
Is there anything else?
Right. As far as the adoption goes, what it covers as far as the adoption fees would be your boosters, your rabies vaccinations, spay and neuter, which we do to every animal before they leave our clinic. So there's a lot that comes with it as far as the fee.
Okay, and how much is it to adopt a dog?
Well, it's anywhere from $70 for a dog, any dog, whether it's small or large, and the cats is $35.
Okay, so $75 or $35, depending on whichever kind of animal you're looking for.
It's 70 to 35.
Okay,
yeah.
And you say you all have a spay and neuter program.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about that.
Okay, we offer it for people that can't afford to go to the vets and pay a high spay and neutered. So we offer a low spay and neuter program. It runs from anywhere from $35 for cats to $60 to $70 for dogs, depending on the size of the dog.
And is it true if you have like a pit bull or something like that, that program is offered for free?
Yes.
Okay,
absolutely.
So if you have a pit bull, take it down to the Franklin County Humane Society.
Absolutely.
It's no charge. Seriously, why those dogs?
Because a lot of the animals that come in are pit bulls, and the reason why that we want to spay and neuter those free would be because we don't want people to go out and breed these animals, because we have so many already in the shelter, and the more breeding that we have going on, the more pit bulls and other animals that we have coming in on a daily basis. So we want to stop that cycle.
Oh, Okay, that makes perfect sense. What's your hardest animal to place? I know a lot of times they say depending on color or age. What's hard? What animals do you see that actually stay there usually for a long period of time?
Well, to be honest with you, I think that the pit bulls. We have an extremely hard time finding fosters or adopting them.
People are afraid of them.
Yeah, they are, and the reputation that they're given. I really think that people need to remember it's all in how you raise the animal and what kind of environment that it's around, and is it getting proper exercise and proper medical treatment at all times. So that's something that people need to take into consideration about pit bulls.
So they're not vicious animals?
By any means.
They really have the personality of their owner.
Absolutely.
Okay, so if you're nice and soft and loving, you're going to have a nice, soft, loving pit bull, right?
Yep, absolutely.
All right, I think it's time for us to see some of your furry friends that we have here. I would love to. You want to bring them on up? Would be awesome. I have a dog myself, and I adopted. We have two, and both of them were adopted from the shelter. One from the Franklin County Humane Society. Cool. So they both warm my heart so much. I love both of them.
What kind of dog do you have?
I have a German Shepherd mix and a lab mix.
Oh, okay.
So they're pretty dogs.
Hey guys.
Hey.
This little man right here this is Alvin. So I'm a Basset Hound mix.
Oh.
So I'm about 1-2 year old.
What kind of family would Alvin need?
Definitely, he loves kids.
Really?
So somebody with kids, somebody to run around and play with every day. So I love to fetch. I love to play with bones and balls and. Yeah.
So he needs a lot of attention.
Absolutely.
If you're going to adopt Alvin, you'd have to have a lot of time on your hands.
Yes, absolutely, especially some kids.
Is he past his teething, chewing, different things?
Yeah,
okay, good.
Absolutely. Yep, see, I'm good.
I got a dog, and my dog still chews up shoes. So
oh, yeah.
She loves shoes, and especially mine. That's right, she loves mine. Hey, Alvin. Alvin is adorable. And tell me a little bit about this dog here.
This is Skippy.
Skippy.
So I am a boxer mix. Skippy is older. He's about 7-8 years old. He loves. He's a lap dog basically.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a big lap dog. So some exercise, not a whole bunch for him.
Would you recommend him for like an older family?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially with some yard that he can maybe go in daily and walk with them. Yeah, that kind of thing. He's a great dog to walk.
Uh-oh. I think he's moving our table here. He's a muscle man. So tell me this, how long have either one of these dogs been at the shelter?
Skippy's been with us probably for about a month.
Okay. So not too long. That's not that bad.
No. And Alvin has been with us roughly about a week and a half.
Okay, so these are new dogs.
Yes.
Okay, good. Yeah. Okay, so they have a long life, maybe. Well, not a long life. Hopefully someone will adopt them. You guys call in, please. Adopt the dogs. What's you all's phone number, just in case there's someone that is interested in adopting? Is it 875-PAWS?
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yeah,
okay.
That's it.
875-PAWS. You guys call it up. We would love for you guys to adopt these dogs. They're so cute. I love Alvin and Skippy. If I had enough room for both dogs in my house, I'd take them. But, my house is full.
Me as well.
But anywho, we are going to go to a break. When we come back, we will have Raeshanda Johnson on, who is the owner of Changing Faces, and we're going to be talking a little bit about makeup. So you guys stay tuned, and thank you all so much for coming on. Remember, you guys call 875-PAWS. Thank you. We're back. Thank you guys once again for tuning into the Elle Scoop. I want to remind you before we go on to the next show to be sure to check out the blog. It's www.ellescoop.com. We have an interesting show here today. I had a lot of ladies call in from the last show that we had with Vivian Winter when she did a makeup show. And so we're going to carry that on over. Today we have Raeshanda Johnson, who is the founder of Changing Faces to Meet Life's Changes. And we also have Lisa Elias here today, who is going to be with us. She's going to be our face model. Yee-hee! You guys ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's jump right on in. First, tell us a little bit about Changing Faces.
Okay, well, Changing Faces is, I wanted to start a platform of empowerment for women of all walks of life. I am a teen mom advocate, but when it comes down to women and healing, I decided to do Changing Faces. I've been a makeup artist for about 7 years, and I noticed that doing faces, it lifts self-esteem. Women open up, they talk about themselves, and there are a lot of women that need help in that area. So I decided to start the Changing Faces.
Okay, so it's an empowerment makeup session where you meet with ladies to basically work on self-esteem and self-image and all those different things.
Right.
One thing I find with ladies in general is that all women usually have some area about themselves they feel a little bit insecure in.
Yes.
You know, they're not really happy with it. Maybe your feet are too big, or your hair may be too short, or you think your face is too long, whatever it may be. But we've all got those secret areas that we kind of keep in the closet, like, oh, I hope nobody notices.
Yes.
So this is perfect. I love the idea that you started this. What's the reaction that you've gotten from ladies so far from it?
I have had an enormous outpour of support. Women are all about makeup, glam, but they're also, when you're going into digging deeper, women want things like that. I have had makeup sessions that turn into crying sessions, makeup sessions that turn into laughing sessions. You know, women just want to relax and come barefaced to the world and say, you know, I'm not perfect, but I'm in the process, and there are products out there to help.
Okay, so you are addressing the issue, building the self-esteem, and then maybe giving a way to not necessarily cover it, but how to deal with it in everyday life. Okay, with anything, I guess that's from how your brows sit to, you know, how thick or slim your lips may be, whatever it may be. What's one of the biggest issues that you feel that women face, or that you find that issues or problems that women have with their own body?
The number one would be body size and body type.
Oh my gosh.
That's number one. And then secondly, it would be the face. They may have a broad nose or a narrow nose, thin lips or full lips like mine, you know, and they don't know that all of that makes them unique. Everything from your face on down to your feet, your head to your feet make you who you are, and that's part of changing faces. We cover everything. You know, just me being a makeup artist, we really don't focus too much on body, but we talk about it, and you can laugh about it and say, hey, I do need improvement, you know, on that, and I'll get to that, but you have to start inside and it comes out.
Have you ever, I'm very proud that you stepped out on this, but have you ever dealt with self-esteem issues yourself? Was this something that you felt like something inside that you felt like maybe you overcame, that maybe I should be able to help other people with it?
Yes, I think mine was and has always been my skin color. I am one of the darkest in my family, and that was something that took me a while to get over. I guess once I graduated high school and went on to the Army, I just came all the way out of it, and I haven't thought about it anymore, you know, but that used to be a big issue for me, and of course my full lips. And now I embrace both my skin color and my lips because I can't change them, so I just enhance them.
Well, and skin color, complexion seems to be a big issue amongst African American women in general. I mean, I think both sides maybe have ideas about the other, or, you know, or thoughts, preconceived notions, whatever it may be. And so my mom always said, the grass is not really greener on the other side. And sometimes, you know, we want what we don't have, and then those who have it don't really want it. So, you know, we're all, you know, trying to figure out what's going on really in life and who we are and what really works for us. I think, like you said, it's really just embracing who you are and working with it, you know, showing that diva attitude that we all have deep down inside. You know, sometimes it lays latent, but, you know, it comes out, yay, right?
Yes, it does.
Let's move on to Lisa. Now, Lisa, you are here today as our face model, but also as a young lady who feels like maybe you have some struggles with maybe your face, or I guess that didn't come out right, but, you know, maybe with makeup, or tell us a little bit about yourself and some of your struggles when it comes to putting your best face forward.
Okay. Well, one of the struggles when it came to dealing with makeup was I always felt like you could tell that I had on makeup. I wanted more of the natural look. I stayed closer to the neutral tones. And then I kind of had the problem where I had a few blemishes and stuff and kind of had a hard time covering those things up. And I want to experiment with color, but I always felt like it was too much. It was too bright. It was too dramatic. Because I'm a little more conservative, but it looks awesome on other people. So it was a little hard in that sense, putting my best face for it, and then finding the right, you know, foundation color. Because in the wintertime, I'm a little bit lighter, and then in the summertime, as I go outside, you know, the skin tone changes. So you put on your makeup one day, and you're like,
you look like Michael Jackson.
Right. You're like, oh my goodness, what do you do now?
Right, I understand. I think it's hard striking that balance between being creative, you know, or letting, you know, I guess your own light shine, and then finding that area, that space where it's professional and you can just wear this and put it on with anything and just go and put you first.
Right.
You know, so I think that is hard. I think that's an excellent thing, and today we're going to be addressing that. We're going to have Miss Rae Johnson, who's going to be putting on makeup for Miss Lias. So I'm excited to see that. Tell me, you said that there's a name for, I guess, blotchiness with skin.
Yes.
What's the name for that?
It's hyperpigmentation. It's very common in African American women. We scar easily because of the melanin in our skin, and it's harder to cover up. It's harder to cover up, and I've dealt with it before. I had a scar that, you know, it drives me crazy, and other people may not notice. I'm thinking about it right now as we're talking. So I'm like, I hope it's covered up, but every day. But it's harder. The darker your skin is, the harder it is to cover those marks.
And you get them from little things, whether it doesn't necessarily have to be like, you know, you got a childhood fight and there's a line on your face or anything, but it can really be acne.
Yes.
Acne scars, you know, they can, sometimes they can ruin your day.
Yes,
you know what I
can.
mean? So, and they come at any time, so it's not like you're expecting or anything to pop up. It's just there when they're like, darn. Now I have to deal with you, you know, but I think that it is good to be able to learn how to cover those things and to not let that be the first thing that people see, you know, on your face or about you, but to realize that you bring a whole lot more to the table than, you know, the scars that you may have.
Exactly.
So we are going to go to break, and when we come back, we are going to see Miss Rae Johnson put some wonderful, wonderful, wonderful makeup on this young lady, Lisa Lias, and we're going to see an amazing transformation. Stay tuned. Thank you once again for tuning into the Elle Scoop. We are back, and we're going to do exactly what we promised. We're going to have Miss Raeshanda Johnson come, and she's going to be placing makeup on Miss Lisa Lias. Today we're going to be handling what particular problem area for Lisa?
We're going to cover the hyperpigmentation marks from her random outbreak she told me she had. We're just going to cover around the jawline and the forehead. You always want to cover with concealer first before you start on any foundation or anything.
All right, well, let's jump right on in.
Okay. So your foundation always has to be at least one shade lighter than your complexion. You can use a concealer brush, or you can use your hand, and you just dab in the areas that need to be covered before putting on your foundation.
You said it needs to be a shade lighter?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a shade lighter.
Why lighter?
Because it covers better when it's lighter.
Okay.
It blends into your foundation because the foundation, of course, is going to be darker. And then it creates the light and shadow she needs for her coverage.
And it doesn't look like you're putting it on with any rhyme or reason?
No.
So it can just kind of be thrown on, however you put it? Okay.
Yes.
Looks good so
I
far?
usually use a concealer brush. There are different brushes, of course, for different applications. And she doesn't have that much. And then we've already matched her foundation, and she is a bronze. And I would take my foundation brush, which is a denser brush. Brushes are closer together. It helps you smooth on your foundation. And because she's going to have a matte finish, which means that because she has T-zone oiliness, I decided to give her a matte foundation. Okay. And it's not going to have her shiny. It's going to, and you always want to start and pull back.
Now, T-zone is this space right here in the middle of your face.
Yes.
And that's where, isn't that where most women gather their oil?
Yes, okay. Most women do. They gather their oil there and then on their chin sometimes. And you just want to blend this. And I always start and pull back.
How long will this last?
The whole application?
Yes.
It lasts all day. You don't have to reapply. If you have a good makeup artist or you're good at applying your makeup, you don't have to reapply. You may need through the day to have a strip to... oh,
you want to come on this side?
Yes.
We can switch spots.
To modify the oil. Depending on what you're doing that day. And since Lisa is a busy woman, she doesn't have time to stop and reapply makeup. And we just blend this out. You don't need that much foundation, especially if you don't have that many blemishes on your face. It only takes a little.
Mm-hmm. And your face is pretty clear.
Yes.
I don't see any issues. Beautiful.
And prior to her coming, she had already washed her face and put on moisturizer. Moisturizer is very important. Also, anything with SPF in it to protect your skin from the sun. Most African Americans don't think about that because we are a darker complexion, but we still need protection.
We still burn.
Yes.
I went to Florida and I was a lobster when I came home.
So after this, normally I would start with her eyes first, but since we're talking about blemishes and imperfections, we went ahead and covered that up. And then we were going to do her just a slightly bold eye because that's what she talked about. She felt like she couldn't do, but anyone can do a boldness. It's coming into fall, and fall trend is bold.
Okay, and you have the bold look on today.
Yes.
The statement eye and the statement lip.
Yes, always, always, always. During the summer, it was all neutral, as Lisa talked about, which she fit right in with that because she did not want any bold colors.
Now, Lisa, do you wear makeup?
I do.
Okay, so you wear makeup every day?
No, not every day. I wear it often, though, a couple of times a week.